Hello, you beautiful legends, and welcome to Bloom Force Healing Podcast. This is episode number 799, and it's a day 799 of the whole project where I blog, write the blog post, and the journal about the previous day every single day, and also I record this podcast or the video update as I call them. And today is another update around the our trip, our stay at Tenerife. This time it's without the drone footage, but it's probably the most stressful day we had so far. So basically on Sunday, when we were happily leaving the what I call trupiarnia, which means basically a kind of the Walking Dead hotel, very old, stinky, with terrible food and in creepy area. Beautiful views, but terrible hotel. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. We were counting minutes and hours to get away from it because it was a non-refundable 2 nights that we spent there. Obviously, we did most of the days outside, so we didn't have to experience it too much. So after the previous day, when we traveled to El Teide and came back, and I mentioned that I saw a little bit of suspiciously slightly higher consumption of the fuel in the car. I kind of forgot about it overnight, and when we checked out from the hotel, we went to the car, we packed all the things. I was too preoccupied about, making sure that we don't forget anything. And we drove off towards the next hotel that we booked, nice resort for the last 3 nights on the south side of Tenerife. We started driving, and after probably a couple of kilometers, the amber light, or the orange light on the dashboard, brought my attention, and I saw that the gauge of the fuel tank is at 0, but I mean it was empty. It was the gauge was totally down, and that terrified me. Julian thought that it was a glitch in the system, while Elizabeth said that probably somebody stole the fuel from our car when it was in that kind of shady car park. But there was plenty of cars there, so I was kind of surprised that somebody would do such thing close to the hotel and close to the baseball pitch. But I didn't, I knew that it's possible. The area wasn't the best, so immediately I searched for the closest gas station and drove towards it. It was probably about 500, 600 meters, maybe half a mile. And I started refueling, but in my head I had the horror scenario, and I was thinking that it's something more than just stolen fuel or a glitch. I was hoping that I'm wrong. And as I was refueling, it was going up and up and up, and everything was fine until I hit the almost full tank, and I started hearing the actual water leaking. And then I saw the actual fuel from under the car coming to my feet. And when I looked under the car, I saw a massive leak, literally like from a tap. The fuel was just pouring onto the concrete. And that was a scary moment because not only I knew there's something wrong, like a physical damage to the car or to the whole system. But remember, we were at Tenerife. We are at Tenerife, and the temperature is high, it's dangerous, and I need to do something. So I went straight to the gas station and paid for the fuel, because obviously I had to, even though I was losing it. And there was some Spanish person that didn't speak at all English, but somehow we managed to communicate with my little Spanish and a bit of, gestures, and he helped me to position the car near the car wash over the drain, so the fuel wasn't spilling all over the concrete, but it was going directly to the drain. Not the best scenario, but we didn't have any other option than just get it to the drain. So it was Sunday, so I was expecting a lot of delays, and if anyone would pick up in the rental company, that would be a miracle. But for some reason, I had no issues to contact the company via WhatsApp. They quickly took pictures from me and the video and all the symptoms, whatever, and they organized it took them a little bit of time, probably about half an hour or 40 minutes to get the tow truck and to load the replacement car and send it towards us. But because it was going from very much south of the island, we were expecting about an hour and a half for it to get to us. So we positioned the car so it was like, when it emptied completely, we positioned it in a place where it wasn't obstructing anything. And fortunately, there was some restaurant across the road, so we went there for coffee. But then we ended up eating there. The food wasn't great, but at least we had a place to stay, eat a little bit, and hide from the sun because it was quite hot. And it took probably, from the moment that I got the leak to us sitting in a new car or the replacement car, it was probably about 2.5 to 3 hours. So we knew that the day is gone. We can't do much about it. We still had a little bit of day, but we knew that we can't go on any hike or anything like that. So we got the Fiat Panda, which was quite weak. I was surprised that it made it through the mountains. But we arrived at the new place, nice place. It is the Las Terrazas de Abama. Abama is a region south of Tenerife, very close to Adeje region, which is quite touristic and a little bit on the posh side. But we decided to kind of treat ourselves after that mishap with a terrible hotel and make sure that we spent the last couple of days in a nice hotel. So about it, I will be talking in tomorrow's episode. For now, that's it. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate your time. It was a stressful day, but we managed. Have a great rest of the day, afternoon or evening, wherever you are. Stay tuned and see you again in the next episode.